Good dawning, amazing brothers and sisters. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, you've been working against yourself, like trying to be superwoman or superman, but your body was like, nope, not today. What if I tell you that it was not laziness, but actual wisdom? And we are cyclical beings, just like the moon, just like the earth. And when we honor that, everything shifts. Our productivity, our energy, our relationship, our creativity, and even our intuition. Okay, so today we're going to walk you through the 4 feminine archetypes and how you can, with these cycles and with the archetypes, know the season and the moon and your cycle. So let's see if I can try to bring in Renee. Where is she? Let me see. I did bring her in. I'm not sure why she's not on. How do we do this? Bear with me. This is the first time I'm trying to do a live with someone else and it's not working for some reason. Let me just 1 second, guys. How do we do this? Let me see. Sorry, this is the joy of okay, Renee has invited, the joy of technology. Let's see if we can get Renee on. And sorry guys, just 1 second. Let's see, it should be working. We'll try again otherwise, but this should be fine. Let us see. Goodness me gracious. Hey Renee!
Oh my gosh.
How are you, my love?
I'm well. Sorry about that. I'm here.
No, amazing, amazing. Can you maybe try to put your volume a little bit up? I can hear you very far away. No, that's it. That's right.
See,
That's okay. We'll work it out. Welcome! Yay! Hi, Renee! So I just wanted to introduce Renee to you. She's one of my soul sisters. We met just after COVID started, when the mandate for the schools were enacted, and we decided to take our kids out of school and start homeschooling. And that's our friendship and sisterhood started. And yeah, we've just grown so much and supported each other, and I love her to bits, and the knowledge that she's got is just incredible. She's such a colorful human being, and her background is incredible. She comes from many years of pubs and club owning and even a zoo. So imagine what an exciting life she had, and she's got so much to share, and I'm so glad you're here today, Renee.
thank you for inviting me. I love this topic. It has empowered me in my life, spending 8 years of Wise Woman Journey with Joan Carpenter locally here in the Adelaide Hills. And I'm grateful every day for her guidance, for her support, for her wisdom.
Yeah, and I can't wait for you to share all of this wisdom with us, and I am very excited. So to start with, I thought maybe we share a little bit of our story in the sense why for us cycles and following the cycle has become so important. And for me, I started following my cycle some years back and noticing that my period was in sync with the moon, and it goes by season. So at the moment, actually, just for this week purpose, my period started last week on new moon. So this whole winter, my period will be on new moon. So I'm in sync with that and with the new start. What it means for me as well, being born in summer in Europe, which is now, winter time here in Australia for me is actually a very active time. Very much in my doing mode, and here in summer is when I rest. I need more quiet time and rest. And by knowing how our cycle works and following that, we can make our life incredibly efficient. And I wanted to share an example. a couple of weeks ago, I forced myself to do a video when my energy were not really in tune, and it was the wrong time of the cycle. And even though in my mind the topic that I wanted to talk about was perfectly clear, when I started expressing it, it came out all jumbled because that was not the time for me to be active and do videos. Was a time for me to be inward and just be quiet with myself, which I've done, for example, in the last 4 days. Even though you have seen my post on Facebook, I have not come live. Why? Because I needed my time, my inward time to rest and be thoughtful and just look after myself. So
I think
and
that's
I've
also
seen how
something.
when we sync those cycles, life is so much better. So what about you, Renee? When did you start following your cycle and seeing maybe when you didn't follow it, how it was not working out?
There's been many times, and I think once we are in tune with that, I was just going to speak into our experience with Waldorf, and that for me was when the awareness of the cycles started, both seasonal and really my own cycles. And I love that throughout the Waldorf kindergarten years, they are totally in tune. So they become aware, they are taught and shown and guided to understand the cycles of going in and out, and it's through their playtime, it's through their time outside, it's through the seasons. But I think if we're ultimately just in tune with the yin and the yang, that is the beginning. So with the wise woman cycles, starting with wise woman, it is a time inward, as you said, yin, then Amazon, we go outward into the world, goddess, putting everything that we've planned into action. And then throughout alchemist, we come back in again to ourselves to assess what's working, what's not, and to cut away that which no longer serves us, takes us back into the depths of wise woman, into that time of being in dream time, in rest time. So I would say that is the main thing to be in tune with, is to know when to rest and know when to go out, and to always be having those boundaries of our own time and understanding ourselves and our strengths and our time of being weak and our time of being vulnerable and our time of wanting less and more quiet.
Yeah, and honoring that, that is incredibly important because in the society that we live in, that is not permitted. Like I remember even when I was younger and I had to go to work and maybe I was in so much pain because my cycles when I was younger were incredibly painful. And there is this attitude of, yeah, take a Panadol or whatever and off you go to work, you know, and still push ourselves over and over and over and creating just burnouts.
And I did, I
And
wrote that down. I think in this day and age, we live in a time where we are expected to be in our masculine, even as women. We are expected to be in that yang, go, 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 do, more, more, more. And that is not sustainable. We need to have some time like that and then other time where we rest. And I think if we do follow the lunar cycle, if that's in tune with your menstrual cycle, sometimes it can even be opposite, as you're saying. But following one of those cycles where we're going in and out, allowing ourselves a time to break it down even. So when we look at it in those cycles with 5-day brackets of each of those cycles, and then Earth Mother in between, which is 2 days, generally can be 1 to 3 days, a time to pause, like a changing of the gears, an assessing of whether we're in giving and receiving equally, looking after our self-care, what's working, what's not. Just a time to reassess and then go into the next archetype.
yeah, 100%. And that's something that as well for me with my businesses have has become very clear, the difference between the masculine world and the feminine one, because throughout all my business and entrepreneurial journey, I've with reading all the books as well that are mainly masculine directed, there is this constant go go go. And even in business we try as women to behave like men. And that's where, again, burnouts happens, and we're not really in sync with our divine feminine, and therefore we can't even attract the right people for our businesses.
And
And
I think
that's something that I
balance,
want to,
we all
yeah,
understand balance. We need to have that polarity. We all have a masculine and feminine energy, and it needs to come and go and flow.
100%, 100%. And for me, it's really important with this topic as well to remind women that we are women, we're not men, and therefore we function in a completely different way. So let's stop trying to be men because we're not, and behave like men. And really, the more we're getting in sync with ourselves and our cycle and the moon, the better it is.
That
So I
is our
thought maybe we
power.
start explaining a bit about the maiden, because that represents the spring and the beginning of our life, which is also a waxing moon and follicular phase. And its energy, it's a fresh start. It's all about curiosity and playfulness, new ideas. And it's a great time. Like now we are in a waxing moon, so which means the moon is growing, and it's a great time for, as I say, new ideas and planning and brainstorming, starting project and socializing. So this is a time for
Absolutely.
us to go outward.
Amazon. We call this the Amazon phase. And each of the archetypes relates to an element. So in Amazon, we're in wood. And as you said, a waxing moon. So it's a more of an outward, stronger masculine energy. It also has a season. So this season is spring. It also has an emotion, organs in our body, and some practices. And I love how it all aligns, how it all connects with each other. A bit like astrology, it all has a purpose and a color and an essence. And the essence in Amazon is action.
It is action. So this is a great time. So if you can, and what I'll do as well, I'll put in the comments later period tracker. So if you're interested to learn how to track your period, then you can write it down. There are many apps as well. For example, I do use an app called Flow, which you do need to pay, but for me it's worth it because it just helps me out knowing, all my cycles, and see where you're at with your cycle and with the moon, because that's very important. Like for me, I'm in perfect sync with the moon right now. So now my period today is probably the last day, and then I am already feeling, last night I couldn't sleep because I'm already in that action movement type of thing. So do you want to add anything else on the maiden and this particular time?
Um, no, not for now. I think one of those practices in Amazon that we speak of is prioritize, organize, and strategize. So if you love planning, this is your time. And then from here, we go into Goddess, where you actually take it out into the world.
Amazing. So the goddess would be also the representation of the mother and summer, correct?
That's correct.
And so we're talking about full moon and ovulation.
Absolutely.
And that's when our energy is in full bloom and we're way more charismatic, and it's just it naturally it comes out,
And
and
it's
we're
red,
nurturing
it's
and
fire.
magnetic and expressive, and it's a great time for leading, launching, teaching, networking, and parenting.
That's right. That's right. So the element being fire, the essence being our heart and connections, um, communication and love.
Yeah, and I've got in my notes as well that as an archetype is also the giver, the lover, the creative, the creatrix. So
Hmm.
it's when we bring our ideas into action and we
Yes.
make it happen.
It's when we put on an event or go to a big gathering or connect with others.
And anything else you want to add? So what is the body part for this? It is fire, I think. Yes,
Heart, a heart
heart. Yeah,
protector, and the small intestine. The emotion is joy in this time. But I think if you think of Goddess, red, fire, and love,
and
that's
passion.
that's the essence of this time. Passion, absolutely.
So yeah, so this is this, and we say this is full moon. So the next one, did you want to add anything else?
No.
No? All right. So the next one we got the Enchantress. That
Yes.
is the maga or mage. So
Mhm.
In Italian it's maga, which is mage, and it's autumn, which is well one of my favorite times to be. And it's
Mhm.
waning moon, so it's a luteal phase. I hope I pronounced that correctly. So it is great. The energy is intuitive, bold, wild, introspective. So we start being more introspective, and raw truth is what comes up a lot. And I find it's a great time for editing, refining, boundary setting, shadow work, and letting go. And the
Absolutely.
archetype
Letting
is
go.
the wild woman, the truth teller, the spellcaster.
Letting go is the time, the alchemist time, to cut away that which no longer serves us. So assess what's worked, what hasn't, and letting it go. Just being able to let it go like we do prune a tree, or like the leaves fall in autumn, knowing that the seasons will come again, the new green growth will come. You can let it go, let it compost, let it regrow, and be at ease with that. Know that it will come around again.
100%. And I reckon that when we talk about age, once we get to that time in life, um, our bullshit radar is way more sharper, and our no becomes sacred.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
And our
something as well that,
boundaries.
yeah, boundaries. So
Mm-hmm.
it's really important to respect that as well, our boundaries and our no. And again, when you're in tune with your body and your cycle, you know when that no comes up. And don't just say yes to please people. Let's not do people pleasing. Let's
Mm-hmm.
remember that we are actually the most important person in the world, because think about the example of the airplane. Unless we got the oxygen, we cannot help others. So same thing here. We really need to look after ourselves and honor every stage and every feeling as well that comes through our body, and sit with that.
And Joan would say that this work is about becoming our own best friend. So, how would we support our best friend? What would we say to our best friend? Being aware of our self talk, of supporting ourselves.
Yeah, because often not the way we talk to ourselves, if we talk to someone else that way, they probably will not be our friend for very long.
This is right. And loving ourselves. I guess self-love is the key. And as you said, this world revolves around us. If we weren't here, we wouldn't be having this experience. So I know that may sound selfish, but it's true. Our world is our choice.
100%.
We're in
And
the driver's
yeah,
seat.
yeah, often I used to think, oh, I'm being selfish. And again, that's part of the societal construct that we've been taught. When no, actually, stopping is the greatest thing you can do for yourself and for your loved ones,
Slow
to take that
down.
space.
Slow down.
100%. Anything else you wanted to add on the Enchantress?
Um, no, but I think the elements can be metal or air, depending on whether you're following a Chinese medicine. So just understanding those elements and involving those in our life too, it all makes sense when you piece it together, when you understand the big picture and all components. I just love how it comes together and has such meaning and depth.
Yeah, as well, because originally we did have 13 months, which were exactly 28 days, which would follow the lunar cycle. And so we used to be in sync with all of that. And then with the Gregorian calendar, when that came in, it was actually meant to disrupt the natural cyclic um, connection that we have with everything.
Connection with our spirit, with ourself, with the universe, with the cycles. Absolutely.
So it's great to remember and get back into that understanding of the cycles. And so the next one we got the Crone, which is represents winter as a season and is new moon and menstruation. So the energy here is restful, wise, deep, reflective. It's a great time for journaling, visioning, releasing, and being still, which is so powerful. Like the most incredible downloads and let go and release and crystal clear understanding for me has come every time that I stop. And that's when
Incredible.
the archetype of the wise woman comes out, and you become the seer, the keeper of the soul.
In the quietude, the answers come in when we create space for that.
Yeah, 100%. What else can we say
Reflection,
about the Crone, my love?
reflection, dreaming, moon prayers. I think if we, with the full moon and the new moon, if we're doing a moon prayer, allowing the new opportunities and letting go of what no longer serves us again. As you said, journaling. I think understanding ourselves through reflection, through journaling, through writing our dreams down, understanding what we want, what we desire.
100%. So just to give you a recap of what to do with the moon cycles. And by the way, you can follow the moon even if you're not bleeding. Like, for example, you're in menopause or you're pregnant or post-pregnancy. It's still really good to understand the moon cycle and follow that. And because then you can synchronize your life, your business, your family, and everything. So new moon is set intention. It's new beginnings. What do you want for the next few weeks? Then we go in waxing moon. So when the moon is growing, we take action. When it's full moon, we celebrate and share. And then in waning moons, when the moon is going down, we declutter, release, and rest.
And let go. Honestly, that's the perfect little summary. Well done.
Oh, thank you. And so, and as a call to action, where do you feel you are in your cycle right now? We would love to hear your feedback. And please, if you've got any questions or that you want to get into deeper, and as I said, I will put a tracking cycle. It's just on an Excel spreadsheet in the comments. I'll see if I can work that out. Me and my technology ignorance.
You can. I would just like to make mention, Joan Carpenter, Sacred Healed Feminine Sisterhood is one of the courses that she's done with this lady, Prasanna Diana Manuela, and she is all about owning ourselves. You can see it says there, be a force of nature in your life and your business. So if we understand the flow, gain our strength, and then put it into action, we can live the life that we choose.
100%, 100%. For me, I do admit it. Knowing this, it has helped me greatly. And every time that I try to go against it,
It
it's not good.
reminds you. And also maybe a little take home. Do you have an altar in your home somewhere? Do you have a place where you can go to just check in with yourself, to light a candle, to say a mantra, to just be, Arlena, just be.
Just be. And while we are here, might as well make the big announcement. So Renee and I, with a few
Be.
others, we are about to launch a private Facebook group, which will work only by invitation. So if you do want to be part of this group, you'll need to send us a message, and then we'll send you the invite. And it's going to be really, really exciting, because in there we're going to talk about everything and anything that we love and we believe in, and with no filters at all. I mean, not that I usually have filters, but this is going to be even less filtered.
Authentically true.
Absolutely. And that's what we want to bring out as well to you, is like, by us being authentic and showing up and being vulnerable, we invite you to do the same, because we do need more authenticity in this world. There is too much fakeness, there is too much bullshit, and there are too many lies. So let's start living our truth. And it starts with knowing where we are with our cycles and being in tune with nature, because not that we are just a part of nature, we are nature.
We are nature. And the sooner that we become at one, the better for each of us.
Amazing.
Well
Well, I
done.
think we can close it here for
Yes.
today. This is
Love to
amazing,
hear from
Renee. Thank you so
anyone.
much.
Any questions? If anyone has anything they would like to add to that, totally open to hearing.
Absolutely, we can't wait to hear. And please share. As I said, if you're not comfortable doing it on a comment on this post, you can always send us a private message, and you'll be safe. We'll hold space for you, our lovelies, and sending everyone much love. We hope this was useful, and wishing you an amazing day. God bless everyone.
All the best. Bye.
Bye.